You know that heaviness you feel after an hour on your phone? It's not just guilt. I feel like it's something even worse. Your mind has burned through a tank of gas, it feels like, but you have nothing to show for it. And yet, every single morning, you do it again. You reach for that screen even before your eyes are fully open. This was the same urgency your great-grandparents used to have when they rushed to go grab the morning newspaper. You've known for years that most of what's in there doesn't really matter. But in that moment, it all feels so relevant. It feels like it's just that thing you need to know. In 1913, a man at a dinner table explained exactly why it feels that way. And when I read it, something clicked. Marcel Proust's novel, Swann's Way, is one of my pillars. Every time I come back to it, something new resurfaces. And this passage is one of the ones I keep returning to. A character named Charles Swann is sitting at a dinner table. The conversation starts off very light. One of the hosts mentions that she loves reading the newspaper, especially when they write about people she already knows. And Swann, almost thinking out loud, says, "The problem with news is that every single day it forces us to care about some new triviality that happened. Meanwhile, there are 3 to 4 books in our whole lifetime that give us something of real importance." That's right, he said 3 or 4 books in our lifetime. He is not saying stop reading everything else. Rather, what he's saying is most of what you pay attention to every single morning really doesn't have that much weight. And the few things that actually do, you keep putting off. Then he hands you a way to see it in a whole dynamic new way. Here's the thought experiment. Swann says, imagine waking up tomorrow morning, opening your phone, and finding a masterpiece on it. Your favorite work of art. For me, it would be Swann's Way. Now shift your imagination to a different opposite. You go to a bookshelf. You pull down a rare, beautiful leather-bound book that you open once a decade. You blow the dust off and open the ancient pages. And inside, you see a detailed record of 2 coworkers caught kissing on a kiss cam at a Coldplay concert. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, congratulations. It's garbage news. And that recognition, though, that is the point. Now, do an experiment with your own life. Whatever you scroll through this morning, whether it's some kind of argument, some drama that you watched, or a 15-second clip that just outraged you, put that inside of a leather-bound book on your shelf. Imagine finding it there 10 years from now. Does it belong there? Or would you be embarrassed that it was ever in your consciousness? Now take that book you've been meaning to read, the idea you keep postponing, that conversation you've been avoiding. Put that inside of your morning notification. Give it that red banner, give it that push alert, give it the same packaging that made you open up your phone 11 times before it was even noon. Do you feel that? The first one does not survive in the book. The second one, though, never needed the packaging at all. And that gap, that is the inversion Swann was talking about. And it shows you exactly where your attention is going and where it should have been. Now, the easy version of this would just be to simply say, hey, stop scrolling, go and read that book, or go think about that great idea. But what Proust is trying to show you is something a little more delicate than that. You're going to scroll. That feed is bound to arrive every single morning, and it will. The problem isn't that you consume it. The problem is that it's all designed to feel equally important, because nobody sells you the trivial by calling it trivial. It's more like, you won't believe what happened, or it's that story everyone is talking about. The packaging does all the work. The red banner, that alert, that breaking news cipher, those are not the things that really matter. They're just signal that something is new that got programmed into us. And we've somehow been conditioned to treat new and important as almost the same thing. And Swann's inversion gives you a tool to help you cut through some of that noise. It's not asking you to ignore the world. It asks you to weigh it differently. You now know most of what hits your screen tomorrow. That would never survive in that leather-bound book that we talked about. Try your best to see it for what it is. Let it pass. You'll still catch some of the few things that are really important. And the energy you used to waste on the trivial, that is now yours. Proust has deeply influenced the way I think about life. Every time I return to this book, I reread the same passages and I almost discover a whole new world inside of it. And I think that's what Swann meant when he said, maybe 3 or 4 books in a lifetime have true importance. They are out there and they are calling you, but it's so hard to get to them. If every single morning you burn through a tank of mental energy before you even get to lunch on things that are not important. The inversion does not ask you to completely stop. It asks you to see the trap so you scroll less. Feel free to catch the few things that actually matter to you, but please let the rust pass. And that energy you get back, put that towards whatever you've been postponing, whether it's that book, that project, or that thing you keep telling yourself you will start soon.